Hey, so I'm doing my Animal Farm read along and wanted to give you a little bit more about some of the character names. So, first character mentioned in the book is Farmer Jones. He symbolizes Tsar Nicholas II. Nicholas II was the last Russian Tsar, the last monarch, abdicated after the February Revolution. He and his wife, all their children, they were arrested and imprisoned and eventually shot. So, Old Major represents Karl Marx, the German philosopher that kind of laid out the ideas behind what we now know as communism. Just his name, Old Major, kind of gives him an air of authority. The speaker says he's one of the oldest animals on Animal Farm, so that does give him some credibility. Also, the name Major represents a military rank, so we've got two things that represent authority there in his name. Napoleon represents Joseph Stalin, one of the most brutal dictators in modern history. I think Orwell named this character Napoleon because after Leon Trotsky was exiled from the Soviet Union, he wrote a lot of books, and in one of them, he compared Joseph Stalin to Napoleon Bonaparte. He said these are both kind of strongman type guys that hijacked what was supposed to be a people's revolution and instead used it to put themselves up on pedestals of power. So I think when Orwell named this character, I think he was kind of giving a wave to Leon Trotsky. Trotsky himself is represented by Snowball. That name could be a little bit symbolic as well. We learned in chapter 1 that Old Major is a middle white boar. That is a breed of pig that does not have any markings. It's just an all white pig. So since we have this other pig named Snowball, I'm guessing he is probably all white as well. So he might be the same type of pig as Old Major. So that could be some of the authority, some of the credibility that Snowball is gaining is that he's a little bit more closely associated with this venerated figure. Leon Trotsky obviously did not know Karl Marx. However, he did know Vladimir Lenin, the first leader of the Soviet Union. That was kind of a thing between Trotsky and Stalin. Like, who is the real successor of Vladimir Lenin? So it does seem like the author is kind of saying that Snowball, rather than Napoleon, would have been the true successor to Old Major. Next is Squealer. Now, obviously, the name Squealer, he talks a lot. That is his job. He is Napoleon's mouthpiece. Stalin did have a right-hand guy who was a newspaper man, very effective propaganda minister. It was a guy called Molotov. That was not his real name.